Picture this: 1890s Paris. A woman enters a male dominated university to pursue her passion for science. This is the story of Marie Curie, a woman who dared to dream and defy the norms of her time. Born in Warsaw, Poland in 1867, Marie was a prodigy who had a thirst for knowledge that was unquenchable. But her life was far from easy. She faced hardships, from the loss of her mother and sister at a young age to financial difficulties that forced her to work as a governess to fund her education. Yet, Marie remained undeterred. She moved to Paris, a city that promised her the freedom to learn and explore. In the heart of the city, she entered the hallowed halls of the Sorbonne University, a place that was a bastion of male intellect. But Marie was not one to be intimidated. She dove headfirst into her studies, immersing herself in the world of physics and mathematics. Marie's dedication and perseverance bore fruit when she met her future husband, Pierre Curie. Together, they embarked on a journey of scientific discovery, delving into the mysterious world of radioactivity. Their research was groundbreaking, leading to the discovery of two new elements, polonium and radium. Their work was so revolutionary, it earned them the Nobel Prize in Physics in 1903, making Marie the first woman to ever receive this prestigious award. But Marie didn't stop there. She continued her research, and in 1911, she won her second Nobel Prize, this time in chemistry. This achievement was unprecedented. Marie Curie became the only person to win Nobel Prizes in two different sciences. Marie's story is not just a tale of scientific discovery. It's a story of resilience, of breaking barriers, of challenging the status quo. She was a woman who dared to enter a man's world, who dared to dream big and refused to be confined by her circumstances. Marie Curie shattered the glass ceiling, paving the way for future women in science. Marie Curie wasn't an anomaly. Let's travel back to ancient times, where women in science were a rarity, yet they existed. The historical narrative often overlooks their contributions, but these women were the pioneers of their time, pushing the boundaries of knowledge and exploration. Let's begin with Hypatia, an ancient Greek mathematician, astronomer, and philosopher. Hypatia was a beacon of wisdom in the city of Alexandria, where she taught students from all walks of life. Her teachings were so influential that her students often became political leaders of their communities. Hypatia not only defied the societal norms of her time, but also made significant strides in the field of mathematics and astronomy. Yet, in many parts of the world, women like Hypatia were exceptions rather than the rule. Societal norms and gender bias often limited women's participation in science. Women were usually barred from academic institutions, their ideas were often dismissed, and their contributions were frequently overlooked. This exclusion created a false narrative that women were not capable of contributing to science, a narrative that is still being challenged and dismantled today. Despite these barriers, women continued to push forward. They studied in secret, they conducted experiments in their homes, and they shared their findings with anyone who would listen. They were driven by an insatiable curiosity and a desire to understand the world around them. These early women scientists laid the foundation for many scientific discoveries. They served as role models for future generations of scientists. And even though their names may not be as well known as their male counterparts, their impact is undeniable. Their stories remind us that progress often comes from those who dare to defy societal norms. They remind us that curiosity and the desire to learn are not limited to one gender. And they remind us that even in the face of adversity, it is possible to make a significant impact. Despite the odds, these women made significant strides in the field of science. Their stories serve as a testament to their courage and resilience, And they continue to inspire women in science today and into the future. Moving forward to the 20th century, we start to see a shift in paradigm that would forever change the course of scientific history. During this era, there was a notable increase in the involvement of women in science. This was a time when women, despite the societal norms of the day, dared to venture into the world of science and made their indelible marks. Among these pioneering women were two remarkable figures, Rosalind Franklin and Barbara McClintock. Franklin, a British chemist, played a critical role in understanding the molecular structures of DNA, RNA, viruses, coal, and graphite. Her work, though initially overshadowed, later became the cornerstone of genetic science. And then there was Barbara McClintock, an American geneticist, hailed for her work on maize cytogenetics. She was awarded the Nobel Prize in Physiology or Medicine in 1983 for her discovery of transposons, or jumping genes as they are often called. These women, like many others, faced challenges that tested their resilience. For Rosalind Franklin, it was the lack of recognition for her contributions to the discovery of the DNA structure. For Barbara McClintock, it was the initial skepticism towards her revolutionary findings. But they persevered. They didn't let the hurdles deter them. Instead, they used these challenges as stepping stones, pushing forward with their research and paving the way for future generations of women in science. Their relentless pursuit of knowledge, their determination to overcome obstacles, their resilience in the face of adversity, these are the qualities that make them not just great scientists, but also role models for everyone, irrespective of their gender. The 20th century was a time of change, a time when the contributions of women to the field of science started to get the recognition they deserved. It was a time when the world began to realize that science, like many other fields, is not defined by gender, but by the passion, dedication, and hard work of the individuals involved. The 20th century marked a significant increase in the recognition of women in science. Fast forward to today, where women scientists are making groundbreaking discoveries daily. The face of science is changing, and women are at the helm, steering us towards a future of innovation and discovery. From exploring the mysteries of our universe to developing cutting-edge technology, women scientists are leaving their indelible mark on a broad range of scientific fields. For instance, take Jennifer Doudna and Emmanuelle Charpentier, the dynamic duo who won the Nobel Prize in Chemistry in 2020 for their revolutionary work on CRISPR-Cas9, a method for genome editing. Their incredible discovery is a testament to the power of women in science and their ability to push the boundaries of human knowledge. Alicia Jackson, a trailblazer in the realm of material science, is another inspiring example. She is using her expertise to create new materials that could revolutionize industries ranging from fashion to aerospace. Yet, even as we celebrate these accomplishments, we must also acknowledge the persistent gender gap in science. Despite the progress we've made, women still represent less than a third of researchers worldwide. This gap is even more pronounced in certain fields, such as physics and computer science, where women constitute only a fraction of the workforce. The reasons for this disparity are complex and multifaceted, rooted in societal norms, biases, and systemic barriers that discourage women from pursuing careers in science. The leaky pipeline phenomenon, where women are more likely to leave the scientific profession at every career stage, is a testament to the challenges they face in these male-dominated fields. But the tide is turning. Around the world, efforts are being made to close this gender gap, to encourage more girls and women to pursue science, and to ensure they have the support and resources they need to thrive. Initiatives like the United Nations Women in Science Day and organizations like Girls Who Code are actively working to inspire the next generation of women scientists. Universities and research institutions are also stepping up, implementing policies to promote gender equality, providing mentorship programs for women scientists, and making concerted efforts to recognize and reward their contributions. The road ahead is long, and much work remains to be done. But the progress we've made so far gives us hope. Every day, women scientists are challenging the status quo, breaking down barriers, and rewriting the narrative of what it means to be a scientist. They're not just women in science. They are leaders in science, pioneers in their fields, and role models for future generations. They are proving that science is not a man's world. It's a world that belongs to anyone, with the curiosity to explore, the courage to question, and the passion to discover. Despite the challenges, women in science today are thriving and making incredible strides in their respective fields. So what does the future hold for women in science? This is a question that many of us ponder as we look forward to a future brimming with possibilities and potential breakthroughs. The future of women in science is not just bright, it's radiant. It's a beacon of hope and a testament to the relentless pursuit of knowledge and innovation. It's a future where women are not just participants, but leaders, pioneers, and trailblazers. It's a future where the narrative is one of equality, opportunity, and recognition. The importance of encouraging young girls to pursue careers in science cannot be overstated. It's not just about closing the gender gap, but about harnessing the untapped potential that lies within each girl who dreams of donning a lab coat or exploring the cosmos. It's about fostering curiosity, nurturing ambition, and igniting a passion for discovery. But how do we ensure this future? How do we transform these aspirations into reality? The answer lies in initiatives and programs designed to support and promote women in the scientific realm. Programs like Girls Who Code, which aims to close the gender gap in technology, or WISE, which stands for Women in Science and Engineering, are making a significant impact. These initiatives provide mentorship, resources, and opportunities for women to excel in scientific fields traditionally dominated by men. Moreover, we have seen initiatives that are not only targeted towards young girls, but also towards women at various stages of their scientific careers. Programs like the L'Oréal UNESCO for Women in Science Awards recognize and support accomplished women scientists globally. The future of women in science also involves changing societal attitudes and dismantling stereotypes. It's about creating an environment where a woman's contribution to science is valued, recognized, and celebrated. This change is not just crucial for women, but for science itself. Because diversity in thought, experience, and perspective fuels innovation. We are moving towards a future where the phrase "women in science" will no longer be a topic of discussion, but a norm. A future where a girl with a microscope is just as common as a boy with a football. A future where women scientists are not the exception, but the rule. As we step into this future, we must remember that every woman in science, whether she's a student, a researcher, a professor, or a Nobel laureate, is a catalyst for change. Their achievements are not just personal victories, but milestones in the journey towards gender equality in science. This is not just a hopeful future, it's a future that is being shaped and redefined by women in science today. It's a future that we are all a part of, and one that we can all look forward to. The future of science is promising, and women will undoubtedly play a crucial role in it. So let's celebrate the women who have paved the way, the women who are leading the charge, and the women who will shape the future of science. Because the future is not just female, it's scientific. The journey of women in science, from the past to the present and looking into the future, is a testament to resilience and perseverance. It's a tale woven with threads of triumph, innovation, and sheer determination. Women like Marie Curie, who stepped into the world of science when it was an exclusive boys' club, shattered those glass ceilings with their pioneering research and path-breaking discoveries. In the early years, even as women were largely sidelined, their contributions were monumental. They were the hidden figures, the unsung heroes, the shadowed brilliance behind many scientific milestones. They weathered societal norms and gender bias, and yet, their scientific curiosity remained undeterred. Then came a shift in paradigm. As society evolved, so did its perceptions. Women began to be recognized for their scientific prowess. They started to emerge from the shadows, taking their rightful place in the annals of scientific history. Their achievements, no longer overlooked or attributed to their male counterparts, began to shine in their own right. Today, we see women leading scientific research, heading laboratories, and making groundbreaking discoveries. They're not just participants in the realm of science, but trendsetters and game changers. They're pushing boundaries, challenging norms, and shaping the course of scientific exploration. Looking ahead, the future of women in science is bright and promising. We see a surge of young girls taking interest in STEM, inspired by the trailblazers who came before them. The baton is being passed on, and the next generation of women scientists is ready to sprint towards new horizons. Acknowledging and supporting women in science is not just about correcting past injustices, it's about nurturing talent, irrespective of gender. It's about ensuring that the best minds are given the opportunity to contribute to the scientific community for the progress of our world. Women have come a long way in science, and their journey continues to inspire the generations to come.